We will hear more from Governor Healy about this a little later this week, but the cost of emergency shelters is becoming a budget buster for the state. It is driven by a surge in migrant families. The governor is now cutting spending several programs. Boston, a sanctuary city, is in a difficult position. Where is this going? The state says this is not sustainable in the long term.
This is an issue that I hear from every mayor I talk to across the country is a tremendous stress. We know that nationally, people need services, need supports, and we have a system where folks are falling through the cracks because the bureaucracy is taking so long.
How much stress is it in Boston?
Some of the interventions that the governor and our teams have been working on together have been working. We've had several very successful work authorization clinics to help people apply for their authorizations faster and then be able to get to work. But this is a larger challenge around housing, where we started. Because housing is so expensive to begin with, when we have new families arriving who need services, it all continues to pile on, and so we have to do more to make sure our school systems are welcoming and have multilingual services and supports, but also on the housing front to make sure we're doing everything we can to build more housing.
Next topic I wanted to talk to you about was Harvard. You have 2 degrees from Harvard. You are the mayor of the largest city in New England. You are the mayor of one of the largest cities in the United States. Your name has come up in conversation about who the next president of the alma mater might be. What's your response to that?
Is that what the question is? I thought we were going somewhere else with that question.
Okay,
I have absolutely no plans to leave this amazing job that I have. This is a very important decision, though, that the university is going to make in a time of tremendous stress and challenge for academia overall. There are many, many ways in which the conversations nationally are, about who belongs and what the role of affirmative action is, and diversity and equity and inclusion is being directed at partners in higher education. And so, we know that Massachusetts and Boston is home to the best of the best. It's where the world looks to understand what it means to lead, to teach, to educate, and they have a big task ahead of them, and we'll continue to try to support wherever we can.
What do you think about what happened to Claudine Gay?
I think it is, I'm very saddened. I think it was a very quick and rapid series of missteps and mistakes that she took accountability for that got wrapped into a much larger conversation about issues that were beyond what she could control and beyond what you normally think of as within the purview of a university. And so there are decision points all across the country as we head into this next year and this next election cycle about how we interact with each other, how we come together, and universities are definitely in the crosshairs.
Was she wronged, Claudine Gay, in your opinion? Wronged?
She has made her decision at this point, and she has spoken publicly about the statements that she wishes had gone differently. I do believe, though, that there was very much a targeted effort here because of who she was, the institution she represented, and a moment where there are people trying to dismantle the progress to include more people and to include all of us in higher education, in leadership. This was very much connected to the same source of trying to dismantle DEI and affirmative action and reshape who has access and who belongs.
We can't let you leave without asking if you are planning to run for a second term.
I have.
Which is what we kind of tried to ask about the Harvard president job. Right. I know.
Happy birthday.
Right.
Are you running?
Right.
I love my job. I have a lot to do, as you heard earlier in the week. Many of our plans that I've laid out will require some time to unfold and to really implement and get going. There will be plenty of time later for political announcements.
To fruition? Is that what you're saying?
I would love to. But there's a lot of work ahead of us, and I'm focused on getting that work done. And when there's time for politics, we'll get to that in the future.
But right now it's time to enjoy your birthday. So enjoy your birthday with your family.
Thank you so much.